Good morning, guys. Super important autumn job to do today, and that is overwintering chili peppers. So unfortunately, I think yesterday we might have had our sort of first sort of frost sort of weather, and I even found a poorly bee on one of the verbena. So I think the temperatures definitely got down really low, and as a result, one of the things we need to be considering this time of year is overwintering chili peppers. So today's video, I'm going to prepare this chili plant for sort of overwintering. So I grew this long slim cayenne in February from seed. Now, one of the reasons you're probably going to want to try and overwinter rather than just grow from seed every year is chili seeds grow very slowly in the UK climate. So I think I sowed the seed in February, and there's a lot of like protection you got to do. You got to make sure it doesn't get too cold, make sure it gets enough light and things. And it's quite high maintenance. Whereas if you're able to successfully overwinter a plant, I'm going to show you the process for this, I should get a much earlier harvest and things, and hopefully a lot less stress of taking them in, hardening them off and things like that. So yeah, that's what we're going to try and do today. So step one, the first thing you need to do is remove all the fruit, and that's the ripe and unripe fruit. So as you can probably see on this has been a really productive chili plant for me. And that's another reason for why you might want to choose to save rather than grow from seed. Because if I think back to February when I sowed these, I had 4 pots that I was going to try and grow chili plants in, and in each one I planted 4 seeds. Some of those pots didn't even germinate a single seed, and some of them fortunately managed to germinate 2 seeds, but the germination rate was really low. I really didn't get very many seeds, and there were some of the ones I did were kind of like the runts of the litter. They weren't particularly good, strong, healthy plants, and they're all being treated the same. So sometimes you do just get lucky, and this was quite a strong, healthy plant. So therefore, I'm going to try and overwinter it. I've got quite a lot of chilies to harvest here. I'll probably speed this up and try and get a photo of the harvested chilies. So now we've got the chilies off, comes the more barbaric bit. In order to overwinter the chili, you have to put in sort of a date of dormancy. So you're going to sort of obviously restrict the temperature. The light level's pretty much uncontrollable anyway, but you're going to restrict those as well. But what we're also going to do is take off all the leaves and take the plant to maybe about 1/3 of its height. So I've got to sort of explain what I'm looking for here, and this is all based on my own research. I'm not an expert on this. If, for example, I'm doing something wrong, please let me know in the comments. And if you're interested to see if this works or not, subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep you guys updated with how this goes. But what we're going to do is we're going to start cutting. So what I'm looking for is these joins here, okay? So these where the piece decides to shoot off, and I'm going to cut just above it. And as you can see, taking off quite significant growth, and I might go back more. I'm just going to sort of start off quite lightly and probably get worse and worse until I'm left with just a stick in the ground, which will be very sad after I put in all this effort. So again, I'll speed this bit up and I'll sort of explain what I've done. So, somewhat drastic. Now, let's talk about what I've done. So, down here, where it's quite woody and things, new growth's not really going to grow out from there, although there are a couple of weird little side shoot things. As you go up, you've got all this nice green wood, and then you get these kind of nodes. You see where there's kind of like a little growth node there? That's sort of what you're leaving, and that's what the plant will grow back from. And you can see there's almost another one there where the plant will regrow from. Now, what I sort of did is I went to the first V. So chili plants, if you pinch them out properly, will give you a nice V like that. If you don't pinch them out properly like I didn't, you'll get this weird kind of multi-branch growth here. So what I might do is I might cut out this one here, just so that there's just a nice sort of normal V, a bit like this side. And pretty much you then leave the next V up. I'm sorry, my camera's not focusing correctly on the plant. Thinks I'm filming something in the back. Ugh. And yeah, there you go. But that's pretty much what your chili plant should look like. You've got like a couple of V's there, and you're cutting just below, just above where the nodes are, so the plant can regrow. So that, guys, is overwintering a chili plant. All there's left to do is give it a water, maybe give it a feed to help with, sort of restabilizing it after that bit of trauma, and then put it into a place that gets lots of light and stays about 13, 15 degrees Celsius. That way, it's going to be in that state of dormancy. It's not going to try and put on too much growth until the spring comes along, and then it's going to sort of jet off and you're going to have a big harvest. One thing you can do as well, which I haven't done yet, is pot it onto a new pot, give it some fresh compost and things like that. The reason I haven't done that is, one, I'm not prepared to do that today, but also two, I've just given it a load of trauma by hacking it back. What I now need to do is, let that plant recover, and then I can give it sort of the next bout of trauma by repotting it. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you all soon for more videos.